Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are going to learn to answer time problems. We've got 4 success criteria, and the first one is to be able to understand different ways to represent time. So how could I say this time? Well, there's lots of different ways that we could express this time. We could say 9 o'clock in the evening, or 9 o'clock in the morning. We could say 900 hours. We could say 2100 hours. We could say 9 AM. We could say 0900 hours, or 9 PM. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers, so you can mark those. And now we've completed success criteria 1. So now we're going to move on to number 2, and this is to convert between units of time. So we want to change 65 seconds into minutes and seconds. Now 60 seconds makes 1 minute. So we have 60 seconds and an extra 5 seconds, and we know 60 seconds is 1 minute. So our answer is 1 minute and 5 seconds. This time we want to change 225 seconds into minutes and seconds. So we've got 60 seconds, then 120 seconds, then 180 seconds, and 45 seconds. So 60 seconds we know is 1 minute. That means 120 seconds is 2 minutes, and 180 seconds is 3 minutes. Now 225 seconds is 180 seconds plus 45 seconds. So 225 seconds is 3 minutes and 45 seconds. This time we want to change 2 minutes and 26 seconds into seconds. Well, 1 minute and another minute and 26 seconds. So 1 minute is 60 seconds. So we add those together and we get 146 seconds. This time we want to change 3 minutes and 4 seconds into seconds. Well, we need 3 lots of 60 for 3 minutes, and then we need to add on 4 seconds. So altogether that's 184 seconds. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers. There's your amber answers. And there's your red answers. This time we want to change 2.4 hours into hours and minutes. So don't make the mistake of thinking 2 hours and 4 or 40 minutes, because it's not. 2.4 hours is not 2 hours and 4 minutes, and it's not 2 hours and 40 minutes. We need to do 0.4 because it's 0.4, and we times that by 60 to convert it into minutes. So 0.4 is actually 24 minutes. So we've got 2 hours and 24 minutes. This time we want to change 1 1/3 hours into hours and minutes. Well, we've got 1 hour and we've got 1/3 of an hour. So 1/3 of an hour would be 20 minutes, because 1/3 times 60 is 20. So we've got 1 hour and 20 minutes. We want to change 25 minutes into just hours. Now 25 minutes isn't even a full hour, so our answer is going to be 0 point something. Now a lot of people get this wrong because they put 0.25, but it's not. We've got to do 25 out of 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour. We can divide both by 5, so it's 5/12 of an hour. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers, there's your amber answers, and there's your red answers. And now we've completed success criteria 2. So now we're going to move on to number 3, and this is to answer time problems. So how much time has passed between 3:50 p.m. and 7:20 p.m? Well, if we start at 3:50 and think about the next hour, so the next hour would be 4 o'clock. Then we want to get to 7 o'clock and then to 7:20. So to go from 3:50 to 4 o'clock, we've got 10 minutes. To go from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, that's 3 hours. And to go from 7 o'clock to 7:20, that's 20 minutes. So if we add those together, we've got 3 hours and 30 minutes in total. So to go through the steps, you want to count to the next hour, then count to the hour that you need, and then count to your final time. Here's a question for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. So this time we're asked how much time has passed between 4:45 a.m. and 6:08 a.m. So we start with 4:45 and we think the next hour would be 5 o'clock. The hour that we want would be 6 o'clock, and then the final time that we need is 6:08. So to go from 4:45 to 5 o'clock, that's 15 minutes. To go from 5 to 6, that's an hour. Then to go from 6 to 6:08, that's 8 minutes. So we add all those together, so that's 1 hour and 23 minutes. In this question, it says Tom starts football practice at 4:05 p.m. and it ends at 6:15 p.m. How long did the practice last for? So we start at 4:05, we go to the next hour, so that's 5 o'clock. We go to the hour that we need, which is 6 o'clock. and then we go to 6:15. So to go from 4:05 to 5 o'clock, that's 55 minutes. To go from 5 till 6, that's an hour. And then to go from 6 to 6:15 is 15 minutes. So then we add all those times together. So that's 1 hour and 70 minutes, which is better written as 2 hours and 10 minutes. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers, so you can mark those. And now we've completed success criteria 3. So now we're going to move on to number 4, and this is to read and use timetables. So here we've got a train timetable with the stations and the times the train arrives at those stations. So when reading a timetable, each column gives the time of which that train will be at the station. So for instance, the first train arrives at Liverpool Lime Street at 7:45. It misses out Edge Hill and then gets to the next station at 7:54. The second train arrives at Liverpool Lime Street at 8:19. It then gets to Edge Hill at 8:23. Then it gets to the next station at 8:28. The third train arrives at Liverpool Lime Street at 8:55. It gets to Edge Hill at 8:59, and then the next station at 9:04, and so on and so forth. So where there is a gap, this means that the train does not stop at that station. So what time does the first train leave Liverpool Lime Street? Well, that's at 7:45. At what time does the 9:55 train get to Sankey? Well, we look at the column that starts at 9:55 and we read down that column until we get to Sankey. So that's at 10:29. What time does the second train arrive at Hough Green? So we look at the second column and we go down to Hough Green, and that's at 8:41. My train arrives at Widnes at 9:24. What time does it leave Edge Hill? So to answer this question, if we go across from Widnes to 9:24, so that's the third column, and then go up to Edge Hill to see what time the third train arrives at Edge Hill, and that's at 8:59. How long does the 9:55 train take to get from Edge Hill to Warrington Central? So we look at the column that begins at 9:55, so that's the end column, the fourth train, and we want how long it takes to go from Edge Hill, so it leaves Edge Hill at 9:59 and it gets to Warrington Central at 10:31, so that's 32 minutes. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers, And there's your amber answers. And now we've completed success criteria 4. So now that we've completed the last objective, it's time to end the video. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you found it useful. Make sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out the videos on the rest of the channel. I'll see you next time. See ya.